All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Mr. Flatface, a man of many faces and even more opinions, and I always have an opinion when it comes to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2023 edition until the premium DLC, where I'm just going to say we spent more money on this game. All right, so what are we doing here? Well, first off, we're doing a little bit of a different format. I kind of wanted to put more of a face to my name, Mr. Flatface, and so this is my face. I guess you guys get to see that now. I kind of want to talk about a few different things in this video. I want to talk about the leaks that are coming out with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Season 2 coming out, and just kind of the things that are in there, because it's kind of pissing me off, and I think we should talk about it. I've always had this opinion that we're playing an extended beta, and I know that that's not what we're playing. We're playing the full release of the game, except for we're missing a lot of stuff. And I've said multiple times throughout my videos that they're going to release this stuff to us slowly over the span of this 2-year life cycle, so they can say that we've had a constant stream of content coming to us. Except for most of the content that's coming out is going to be stuff that we've already had in previous Call of Duty. The first thing that is going to be said is that Call of Duty is expected to release Season 2 on February 1st, a Wednesday, which is fine. That's hump day. Yay! But the issue is that we've been playing Season 1 for forever. Now, if you're like me and you bought the Vault Edition, you got a bunch of free Battle Pass tokens, which you used, and then you finish your Battle Pass within the first 5 days of the game coming out. And if you're not like me, you finished your Battle Pass within the first 14 days of Call of Duty coming out, and you've now been sitting there with the most useless, crappy Battle Pass you've ever received, and you have nothing to earn. There's no progression in the game. You're not really earning anything. You're kind of just sitting there grinding out the same games over and over again with no real reward, because you're not getting Battle Pass tokens, so you're not unlocking things in the Battle Pass. The weapon camos are kind of crap, considering they're releasing everything in the store that you would actually want. So grinding weapon camos is kind of not even worth your time. And you're just sitting here waiting and wondering, what's going on? Why is Season 1 so long? I would understand seasons if seasons had a purpose, right? But it seems like the seasons are just for the life cycle of the game to say, hey, in Season 2, you get this, and in Season 3, you get that. Rather than Season 1 having like a rank or a tier list where we earn things throughout the game, no, instead, we just sit here, finish our Battle Pass, and then we wait until the Call of Duty gods give us some sort of reward for all of our wasted time. To put it in perspective, I finished my Battle Pass right away. I actually finished it at 55 days until the next season, and I've been sitting here waiting for some sort of content to come out that would reward people who bought the Vault Edition or something. Just not even just the Vault Edition, just reward the player base. But the player base is bleeding. It is running out of players. We're slowly just not having anything anymore. I'm running into the same people pretty much nightly now. And that speaks a lot for Call of Duty, especially when a game like PUBG, which is 6 years old, has more concurrent players than a game that just came out, that being Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 edition. Let's get into the Season 2 leaks. First off, it being released on February 1st is the estimated date, which is fine. It's only a few more weeks away, and then we get to actually have some new content, which we'll consume in about 2 weeks, and then we'll be annoyed again. But with that, we're apparently getting some new weapons. We're going to get the Crossbow, a new semi-automatic Vepr 12, and maybe some new shotgun muzzles. Now, with the Crossbow, I'm fine with that. I think it's going to piss off some people when it comes to, let's say, Warzone, because it's pretty hard to make it a 2-shot weapon when it's a Crossbow. And I could see some broken classes coming out in multiplayer as well. For a semi-automatic, I really don't care. At this point, all these guns kind of feel the same. They all play the same. And the only real difference is all the attachments and tuning after, which then you just go to YouTube anyway and you watch some little 12-year-old make a video that somehow makes a broken gun, and then you use it. But to be honest with you, every gun seems to have a broken video class on YouTube. So I guess every gun's broken and every gun has the ability to be the new meta. With that, though, we're also apparently, now I've said this before multiple times, they are going to release us stuff we've already had in Call of Duties before, like gun game and gunfight, which apparently we're getting in this new season, Season 2. And then actually, this is what really pissed me off about all this, was the fact that they're releasing this and the guy is going gun game and gunfight, let's go. Now, this is nothing against that person, but how come you're excited that they took modes out of the game to then re-release to you as content later in the game? Do you know how many times we've had too many people for a squad in TDM or SD, S&D, And we would normally, back in the day, we'd go play all these party modes, gun game and stuff like that. And we would have fun. And we'd do that and we'd verse each other. Nope, not in this one. No, sir. No, they're going to bring that stuff back later. And like I said, I think it was like my third or fourth video, I said they're going to release this stuff slowly to us like a carrot. So every month they get that influx of players saying, I'm going to go play gun game in the new Call of Duty. And then those same players are going to leave and go back to what they got. But they get to say, hey, we have X amount of concurrent players at the beginning of season 2, and then they're going to put out a bunch of press saying that, and a bunch more people are going to go, oh, it must be good again. They're going to come back. It's going to be the exact same. And then you'll hear nothing, like we just heard nothing for all of season 1 until the very end of the game, until season 3. So, yeah, I'm excited gun game's coming, but I'm pissed off that we had to wait for it when it's literally been a standard game mode for as long as I can remember. And as for gunfight, I was never really big on it, so I'm sure the gunfight community is super grateful that it's coming out, but I'm also sure that they're pissed that it just wasn't here to begin with. And then, this one's making me mad. So, when you think Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, you think of what maps? Do you think of Castle? Oh, you didn't. Okay, well, that's what you're getting. Instead of any of the classic maps, Terminal, which people are begging for, or High Rise, which people are begging for. Hell, they could even give us Afghan, which people want, or even Underpass, Wasteland, the one, I think, Favela, I think it's called, where it's the road going down. Any of these classic maps would have been better, but instead they're giving us Castle from Vanguard and World at War. Who wanted this? Who did they quality test and send out their little thing saying, I want you to tell me what kind of game you want? The community has been crying for a high-rise map for years. 4 years. And you know what else is going to come with this? Because apparently it's going to be a Japanese-themed season. You know what else we're probably going to get? We're probably going to get DOS House because Vanguard, Castle, DOS House. They always give you a bigger map and a smaller map. And that smaller map, I guaranteed you, is going to be DOS House. The other worst map from Call of Duty Vanguard. Oh, but I loved it. Did you? You only loved it if you did good. If you did bad, you hated it. And most of the time, you did bad. So, yeah, we're getting Castle. I don't know why. I don't know why this is the map they chose to give us. We just had it 2 years ago, and nobody liked it. So why bring it back now? It makes no sense to me. And then, you guess what? There's operator leaks, which, you know, it's probably going to be in the store because you have to pay for additional content. You buy a game, you no longer just buy a game. No. You're buying the right to buy more stuff in the game, especially when they charge $20 to $30 per operator class, per skin set. You're paying a quarter of the price of a game to buy a skin for that game, and all I get to see is the hands. I'm buying it so everybody else is happy with it. There may be a rank play coming to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which kind of... I don't know how I feel about it if I'm being honest with you, because rank play is good if people play ranked. So in my experience, what ends up happening is the people that play ranked all the time are usually the people that are at the top of the rankings. The people who are in the middle usually end up going in ranking, and then they come back and they kind of screw on the casual player, saying they're warming up or whatever. But what ends up happening is you get this dynamic of the elitist top and then the bottom people, and then in between you get all the Smurfs and the hackers and all that stuff, and usually that's what happens in ranked. It happened to me in Rainbow Six, where at the very bottom, it was fine. When I was at the worst tier there was, it was fine. As soon as I got up in those middle tiers, I was filled with hackers and Smurfs, and I never made it to the top tiers because I just gave up. Rocket League, I was at the top, so I played it every single day. But then once the community started to catch up, it got boring because it was just the same plays over and over again. Kind of like Call of Duty is the same exact play styles every single time you play. Other than that, those are the leaks. I don't know how you feel about it. Let me know in the comments. Do you want Castle? Did you like Castle? If you did, why do you hate Life? Would you rather see a different map? Would you like the operator classes? Are you happy they're bringing back Gunfight? Basically, everything that they're giving you in this update is content you've already had. There is very little to no effort in anything they did here. Right? There's none. They reskinned some operators. They're putting a mode in that they've been promising for years, possibly. They gave you a reskin map, and they're giving you guns that are the same guns that you've already had. And then to finish it all off, you get a game mode that has been in every Call of Duty for as long as I can remember, except for this one. No. They waited a whole quarter of the life cycle to give you gun game, which is going to be a very niche market that wants to go play it. And if they don't put it in hardcore mode, or tier 1, I'm going to lose my absolute temper. Not that they're going to care, but we already don't get the prison rescue one game mode, which a lot of us actually like, but we're not going to go play core and shoot 400,000 bullets at the enemy. So they better give us some content over in tier 1, and maybe fix some things over there too, because for tier 1, you get a lot of hit markers. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host, Mr. Flatface, the man of many faces, need more opinions, and I always have an opinion when it comes to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2023 edition until the premium DLC, where I'll say we spent more money on this crap. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.